Hello class, this is Dr. Golar. I want to walk you through the steps of formatting your works cited page as I talked about in class 1 class meeting. So I'm going to go to Microsoft Word. You will notice that I'm using a Mac computer. So a lot of what I show you is going to be Mac compatible. I'm sorry for the PC users if you were trying to get insight on how to provide proper formatting, but the notes I provided you on that day should work. Alright, so first and foremost, you all see my cursor here blinking. I'm going to magnify this for you a little bit. It's in the far left alignment. Now, in terms of getting it to the center alignment, I can go right here where it says alignment center, or I can press the shortcut. The shortcut for Mac users is the command button and the letter E. So I'm going to go here so that way you can recognize it. Now notice that that actual cursor is in the middle. I'm going to pretend as if I have cited more than one source in my work. I have also made sure that I go in double spacing. So for Mac users, go to Format. When it says line spacing, make sure it says double. When you do that, it'll automatically provide the proper spacing you need. So you don't need to press enter twice, because when you do that, you have quadrupled enter. So just enter one time, and that'll get you where you need to go. Now, you notice it's still blinking in the center alignment. I need to get it back to the left. So I will click on left alignment, which is this one here. And now I shall proceed with my works cited. Let's say I cited John Cheever's work. So I will put Cheever, John, period. Quotation marks, reunion, period. The title of the anthology, Exploring Literature. And that is a long title, Writing and Arguing about Fiction, Poetry, Drama, and the essay. Now I'm going to pause here. Notice I did not do any extra spacing when I was typing on the top line. I just allowed the second line to drop automatically. I'm going to do the proper formatting once I get all of the information I need onto the page here. Alright, so then after providing the actual title of the anthology, I can either provide the editor's name or I can provide the edition number. Based on our notes of number 20, when we're dealing with works cited pages, or not number, well, yeah, I think it is number 20 in our green handbook under the MLA tab, so I'm going to go there. A work that's originally published in the anthology. So, because the book says it, I'm going to provide the editor's name. Editor Frank Madden. I'm going to place a period after his name. And then I'm going to indicate the edition number. As you all know, it is the 4th edition. So notice the E is lowercase followed by a period after the D. Then I'm going to provide the place of publication. That is the city in which it was published. So it's New York. I'm going to provide a colon, then I'm going to provide the publisher's information. In our case, it's Pearson Longman. Then after that, I'm going to place a comma because I want to provide the year that this was published, the actual anthology that is. And when I go to the page after the title page, I will look for the copyright year, and that is 2009. Now, I'm going to continue on with the page range of Cheever's story. It begins on 244. Well, I need to provide space 244. And it ends on 246. Period. And then I need to provide the type of medium that this is that I am using. Because it is a textbook that I have in my hand, I'm going to make sure I place emphasis print. So now that I have provided that, I backtrack. I place my cursor in front of the P of poetry. I'm going to press enter. When I press enter, that separates the second line from the first line. Now above here, these are indentation marks. You see it's a decrease indent or increase indent. Sometimes I do that because the shortcut may be a little bit confusing for everyone. So I'm going to press increase indent. You see what happened? Automatically, the third line followed suit. So I didn't have to worry about pressing enter on the third line because it automatically shifted over. So that's how you take care of that. Now, because I know that there's information that comes from page 60 to 68, and let's say I cited that information in my actual essay. Because pages 60 through 68 is information that comes from the editor, my information will look a little differently. Instead, I would have Madden, Frank, comma, ED. That stands for edited by. I'm going to provide the title of the book, after I provide that information, I go right into the place of publication, the publisher, the time it was published, as in the year, and then the type of medium. You notice the difference between these two? Well, the first thing is the subsequent lines in the first one are indented. The second one is not yet. The other thing is there isn't as much information needed to go into it because I'm referring to the pages that gave information about those different literary devices. Okay? All right. So I'm going to place my cursor in front of the D for drama. I'm going to press enter. And then I'm going to use increase indent. And that takes care of that. The reason we do indentation is because everything that's to the far left lets us know that we have started a new source. If you had all this information to the far left, what you're communicating to me is the new source begins with poetry. And we know that's not the case. We have to make sure that the author's name is listed first, if one exists. And then we have to make sure that those subsequent lines are indented. So that is how you provide the proper documentation or formatting when you putting together your works cited page. Thank you.